What's going on YouTube and my fellow reefers? So I've been dealing with phosphates for a while now, and actually phosphates is one of those parameters that I really never used to test much, if even at all, to be honest. I think I really started testing for phosphates about a year and a half ago, ever since I started keeping acros. So I always used to test for nitrates. I thought nitrates was more important than phosphates for some reason, but it's really not. I mean, nitrates and phosphates, they're both equally as important. Yeah, I thought that if I had low nitrates, my phosphates are low as well, but that's not the case. This tank behind me over here actually suffers from high phosphates. Now, in this world of really high nutritious food, I like to feed my tank a lot. I like to feed my fish a lot. I like feeding my fish. For me, it's therapeutic. And of course, they're my babies. I want to make sure my babies are nice and healthy and fat. I like feeding my fish a lot, okay? And as far as filtration goes, I really don't have anything crazy complex. I have a reef mat and I have a skimmer. That's pretty much it. I don't have any Media Reactor yet. So I ordered myself a Media Reactor. The reason like I've been saying before, I've been dosing this. It's Phosphate E from Brightwell. It works really well, I will say this. And this has helped me control phosphates. I just tested my tank for phosphates and nitrates. I think it's been about 2 weeks since I last did a water change. And I mean, you can do water changes to keep your nitrates and phosphates low, but unfortunately for me, that costs a lot of money. And I'm dosing trace elements already in the tank, so I really am not in need of a water change unless it's phosphate or nitrate related. I do my water changes based on those levels because it's like salt is pretty expensive, especially when you're doing 20-30 gallon water changes. Of course, it can't be a video without Nala saying hi. Hey friends, you want to say hi to YouTube? You're a good girl. So yeah, so for phosphates I've been doing this, but I've seen negative things about this, using this. I've noticed that my snails don't like it. I've noticed like empty shells more often than none. I do use a calculator when dosing this. There is a calculator out there. I think it's from Bulk Reef Supply. They basically, you put in how many gallons of water you have, and then you put what phosphate levels you want and what phosphate levels you tested, and it will tell you exactly how much to dose of this, well, in this case, the Brightwell product a day. So yeah, I decided to get a Media Reactor, and it just came in. So let's open it up and see what we got. Also, before I forget, I had somebody wanted to see an update on the DIY filter fleece roll replacement that I did on my one of my videos I did a few weeks ago. As you can see, this is still the original filter. You can see the adapters, and look at that roll, nice and dirty. I mean, it's working awesome, and this is actually the exact same roll. And I might as well just give you guys a little tank update here, because I haven't done this in a little while. You know, everything. I did remove a grafted Monty that looked amazing and phenomenal in that spot, but it was really overtaking and shading everything around it. Kind of like what this red Monty is doing there. Like, it's growing over other Monties as well, if you can see there. Big aggressive Monty, this red Monty is. Very fast growing. It's taking that whole real estate there. As you can see, the grafted Monty was growing into this acropora. Those tips there are white. It started, but it's recovering now really well. See, this moon lava rock chalice is super cool. It is growing. Oh yeah, actually, my coral are starting to bounce. That micro mousse, I don't know if you can tell on top of it there, that little bubble, it's bouncing. And I noticed the same thing with my akins over here. You see it? On the top there, those little balls, it's bouncing. Here's another angle on this akin, side angle here. Pretty cool, it's definitely bouncing. And the recorder is starting to bounce a little bit there too. So I don't know what's causing these corals to start bouncing. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Oh. Okay, so let's take it out here and see. Oh, I broke it. All right, so I think that's where you adjust the water. I think that stays there. The reason why I got this reactor is because it came with its own pump, and everything you need should be all here. So you don't need to like tinker with it as much. I think that's it. This is what you get right here. That's all you get. I think that's it. Comes with the little sponges that you need for the media. Alrighty, so what do I plan on putting in here? GFO. It's similar to carbon. It sort of works like carbon, where it just removes things from the water. And speaking about carbon, I also have carbon as well. You just gotta be careful with GFO because apparently it works really, really well. This is my first time using a media reactor for GFO. You can mix them. You just gotta be careful not to tumble it because it will turn into dust, both the carbon and the GFO. And if you tumble it, meaning if you put too much flow inside the media reactor, you can control the flow here with this little valve. So you have to adjust it and fine tune it. When you add new pieces of equipment or you change things or add things to your tank, you wanna make sure you're home and around your tank and maybe on your days off because you never know what could happen. I've had phosphate spike up to 0.3. A few months ago, I tested it, it was like 0.21. So yeah. Oh, these Casa plugs, by the way, they're such a game changer in the hobby. I don't know if you guys use them, but these smart plugs, basically you make the schedule and you can log in the app and you can run your filtration. You know, I have skimmers, lights. These things are awesome. So I think I'm gonna start off running it with 4 hours a day, put a timer on it, and I'm gonna probably run it throughout the daytime so that way I can see it working. I don't recommend running it at nighttime where you're not going to be paying attention. So, and it's all set up. I have it slightly tumbling. You don't want it to tumble too much. It's not like bio pellets where you want it to like tumble up. But see if we can. I have it raised up right now. That's why it's tumbling more than what I have said. I gotta set it down back. And so yeah, you can see it's tumbling in there. I actually, with this and the pump intensity, where it's the minimal tumbling, so it can only go out for here. This is like the lowest setting I can get it to. So that's why I even moved out the carbon, because you don't want the carbon to tumble at all, really. Alrighty, so it's been about 3 days since I installed the reactor, and I got 3 different readings so far. So I started off the reactor at almost half of the recommended amount, and as I mentioned before, it was about 0.09. It dropped it to 0.05 like that same night, which is good. It definitely made a difference very quickly. So I did turn it off in the meantime, and then I set it up for the auto timer to run 5 hours a day after that. So I tested again today, 3 days later, after having it run about 5 hours a day, and it came out to 0.07, which means it went up from 0.05 to 0.07, of course, right? I'm still feeding the same, nothing else has changed really. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna up it to run 8 hours a day. And I think at 8 hours a day, I think we're gonna get to that point where the phosphate is gonna stay stable. You know, that's the hard part about these reactors, really. It's just the fine tuning and starting up slow, not doing, you know, make sure it's rinsed off properly. I did definitely do a lot of research before doing this. This is actually my first time using a reactor, and I'm really, really surprised how well. Now, after fine tuning and keeping an eye on my phosphates and checking them on a day-to-day basis, basically, I'm still gonna test every day till at least for the next 3 or 4 weeks. After that, then really it's all about changing the media once it's depleted, and I'll know that once my phosphate starts creeping back up, and then that's it. Now I have to worry about anything. Now the stress about setting it up, and it's my first time doing this. So anyways, yeah, I hope this information helps you guys with phosphates. I think that's a very, very critical. If you want to keep acroporos, I think phosphates are the one of the most important parameters. As long as you have good phosphates and nitrates, like low, and then as long as you have really, really good PAR and a lot of good flow with your power heads, you know, Acropora will do just fine. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you guys.